In this YouTube video, I describe my video recording setup. Now, as you can see from the center of my screen, I use Debian as my operating system for recording. This is an excellent operating system, and it runs Linux, which allows me to use free software. Now, as you can see here, I am using Debian 8.0, which is Debian testing. This is the latest version of Debian, and it contains all the latest software. Now, for my screen recording, I'm using a simple-minded screen recorder called Simple Screen Recorder. Here, I will bring it up here so that you can see the program as it runs. See, here it is, it's running right now. The file size, as you can see, is increasing. So this is the program that I'm using to make this recording. Now, you may know or somehow find out that Simple Screen Recorder is not one of the programs that is usually made part of Debian. This is an interesting fact about the free software world. You can get the source for a program from one distro, recompile the source, rebuild the source from scratch, and then use it using another distro. This is only because Linux programs are based on free software. So this program is made possible by the fact that it has a free software license. So I've mentioned Simple Screen Recorder, which is the program I'm using to make this recording. Also, later in this video, I will show you a simple block diagram that has been made with Inkscape, and that will show how simple vector graphics programs can be made. Let's show some pictures of my recording setup. Here you see a picture of my computer desktop. Here is a picture of my Behringer Eurorack 802UB, which I used to mix the sound for this video. Here is a picture of me making this recording. Here is a somewhat better picture of the same. Now here is a close-up of me making a recording into the microphone. Later in this video, I will refer to the silver box. This is a picture of the silver box. So now, let me show you a simple block diagram of my sound recording setup. Let's use Iceweasel. Okay, now here is a picture, a simple block diagram of how sound is processed using my computer setup. Now normally my computer has its speaker out. The sound generated by the computer comes out of speaker out, which goes over to the silver switch that I mentioned earlier. And normally I send that sound to my regular rinky-dink computer speakers, and that is good enough for most processing. Now when I'm listening to beautiful music through my computer, then I send the sound down this green path through this ground fault isolating transformer over to my home stereo system. But while making a recording, I don't want any sound to come out of the speakers at all, because that sound coming out of the speakers could enter the microphone, causing feedback. So in that case, I send the sound directly into strip 5/6 of my Eurorack UB802. I listen to that sound on the headphones that are connected to the Eurorack. But the sound also comes from my microphone. So the sound from the computer and the sound from my microphone, both is being sent into computer line in, which is what I am recording. Let me show you how this works. Here I am on a terminal window, and if I try to backspace before the beginning of the line, there'll be a beep, and that beep will be audible in this recording. That is made possible because the mixer mixes sound coming from my computer and my microphone into the same recording. Well, since this is my first YouTube video, I thought that I would keep it short. So therefore, I will bring this recording to a close at this point. Linux forever.